Jai Shri Ram. This is an excerpt I picked up from an article which I read on WhatsApp. And it is talking about how Ashoka, after the Kalinga War, is believed to have become a Buddhist. But existing evidence seems to indicate that he was already a Buddhist. Or some evidence also suggests that he never became a Buddhist. Nevertheless, we have a whole lot of theories. So the war changed not only Ashoka, the famous Mauryan ruler, but it also changed India for centuries to come. The emperor became a pacifist, whatever be his own ideology. It is easy to confuse his reluctance to wage war with a senseless defensive mindset. However, for years to come, the Indian civilization became utterly defensive, and succeeding Indian dynasties and emperors would avoid expansionism. But their ability to perceive and preempt threats also went down. Compromise and forgiveness became the keywords of our civilization. The Ashoka syndrome would soon become the Prithviraj syndrome. Yes? So, Prithviraj Chauhan is believed to be a descendant of the Pandavas, and it's also said that he was close to 7 feet tall, and he wielded a sword that was weighing some 20 kilos and a spear which was 30 kilos. So, and his armor is there in some Indian museum, perhaps in Delhi or Jaipur. It indicates that the man was huge, nearly 7 feet. And this scoundrel Gori was a midget. And as the Indian historians say, he was defeated 16 times. And the Western European rascal historians, distorians, these scoundrels say that it was only twice, and first time Gori lost, and second time, as the story goes, the father-in-law of Prithviraj Chauhan, Jayachand, became the backstabber, hmm, and he joined hands with Gori, and together they defeated Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan's eyes were gouged out because he would not lower his gaze, and Prithviraj Chauhan even reminded Gori, "See, I pardoned you the first time I let you go." I believe Gori said, "You were a fool. I'm not going to pardon you." So Prithviraj Chauhan was taken all the way to Afghanistan to be converted or perhaps killed there as a trophy. But Prithviraj Chauhan's close friend and court poet, uh, uh, he mm, he went along with Prithviraj Chauhan. Of course, he began writing some poetry praising Gori, so Gori kept this fellow. So that man, he wrote what is known as Prithviraj Raso, which is an epic which is sung even now in Rajasthan and some other parts of North India. So, uh, he, as the story goes, told Gori that Prithviraj Chauhan has a great skill, which is like what Arjuna had, Shabdabhedi, and he could shoot in the dark, hit the target by just hearing the sound. And this man somehow managed to impress Gori that if this skill can be imparted to Gori's soldiers, he would become a mightier emperor and all that. So Gori fell for the trick. And Prithviraj Chauhan, who was already blinded, was asked to give a demo. He was given a bow and arrow, and a gong was placed at a distance which was struck by somebody. And while Prithviraj Chauhan was given this bow and arrow to be tested for his ability to strike the disc or the target kept near the gong. Then at this point of time, his friend and poet, I forgot his name, I am not able to recollect it now. So, uh, he, the man who wrote Prithviraj Raso, he, I believe, said something like this: 30 कदम आगे 10 कदम बाएं सामने बैठा सुल्तान उठाओ अपना बान मत चूको चौहान something like that. So Gori perhaps did not hear all this, or he thought he was being given some instructions to speed up. And I believe Gori also got irritated and he said, "Hey, jaldi karo," something like that. So that was enough. So Prithviraj knew where this rascal was sitting. So he turned around and shot that fellow dead with that single arrow that he was given. And later, Prithviraj Chauhan and his friend, the court poet, eh, oh my God, I am not able to recollect the name even now. So they stabbed each other and died because they didn't want to fall into the hands of the uh, soldiers to be tortured to death. So that is how Prithviraj Chauhan wreaked vengeance. But it was a sad story. His wife Samyukta was, I believe, raped by the Mughal soldiers, and that Chisti in Rajasthan, you have that Mount Abu. People, even Hindus, and Amitabh Bachchan went and gave a chadar and all that. See how ignorant our celebrities are. They are so Chisti is a criminal of Indian history. Of course, as the story goes, Samyukta's daughters took revenge and killed Chisti. So the chapter is complete, no doubt. But Prithviraj could have avoided all this had he studied the Bhagavad Gita. Had he followed Krishna, he would have finished this rascal. Uh, Even Pandavas made the same mistake. They should have finished Duryodhana and Karna, long, long ago. Even in that Ghosha Yatra, even prior to that Ghosha Yatra also, there were incidents when Duryodhana could have been finished. But Dharmaraja went on pardoning, and it finally culminated in Draupadi being stripped in court and all things, all horrible things. Is to such an extent that their children were killed by Ashwadhama in the dead of the night, Sauptika Parva. So the lesson from Mahabharata is also this: finish the enemy, no question of any forgiving. If you are too tender hearted for that, get somebody to do it. But a viper must be killed, especially when it enters the house, or it should be kept in a zoo, right? Jai Shri Ram.